Hey, hey, hey. How's everyone doing? Jesse Waldman here. I've been hanging out at home a lot. There's this virus going around that you might have heard of. But I'm playing lots of guitar, playing my amps, playing my gadgets, and watching lots of gear reviews. And I love them. They're so entertaining and informative. They've helped me with purchases, etc. And I thought, maybe I'll take a stab. Maybe I'll take a stab at a gear review. I've got a good recording setup, and I decided that today I'm going to review an amp, the Victoria 518 Tweed Champ. I love this thing. I think it's fantastic. I kind of stumbled upon it. Little bit of background, I've never really played Tweed amps before. I've had lots of amps, but never a Tweed amp. I've also never had a distortion pedal that I liked. I've tried them all, and I pretty much hate them all. And I always wondered, how do you get that pure old school overdrive sound? And turns out Tweed amps are where it's at. Someone told me once that Neil Young plays Tweed amps. I was like, okay, that makes sense. This amp's really special. I stumbled upon it. I was at Long McQuaid one day here in Vancouver, and they had it sitting on the floor, and I plugged it in, and I was floored. And it was used, so I rented it and brought it to a couple rehearsals, and everyone was floored. And they're like, wow, that thing sounds amazing. It was used, that's why I was able to rent it. But I gave it back because I couldn't really afford it. It was like $2,000. And about a week went by, and I was like, just humming and hawing, just thinking about this amp. And I went back. I was like, okay, maybe I'll finance it and sell a couple things or whatever. And it was gone. And so instead, I rented. Fender has a new kind of comparative model. It's the Fender 57 Deluxe Tweed Champ or something. And it was cool, but it wasn't quite the same. I didn't like it as much. So I gave that back. And then a couple weeks later, one of these Victoria 518s popped up in my area. And I went for it because it was a great deal. And I could not be happier. It is a fantastic amp. I love it. And yeah, today I'm going to be playing my T52 Nash Telecaster through it. And I'll show you some different sounds we can get out of it, and show you my experience with it. Alright, so here's the front view. Just beautiful tweed cabinet. Beautiful craftsmanship, super high quality. And I'm using an Electro Voice 635A dynamic mic. It's a vintage one. And I've found that I love the sound of this mic. I love the tone of this mic. It's dynamic, so it can withstand very high sound pressure levels. But also it's omnidirectional, so it really captures the ambience around the speaker and the cabinet. Go around to the top view here, and we've got a fuse, a light, and one dial for volume. So whatever the character of your guitar is what you're going to hear back through this amp. It's got two inputs, 1 and 2. One for higher output pickups and one for lower. And then on the back, okay, back view, 12AX7 and 6V6 tubes, and a special design Jensen loudspeaker, which is an 8-inch speaker, which is just a perfect match for this amp. I just think it's a part of the sound, and it just is screaming for its life. I love the sound of this speaker. And then for preamps, I'm using the Old School Audio, or OSA MP1 preamp, which is a beautiful sounding, clean preamp, right into Universal Audio Apollo interface into Pro Tools. Unprocessed, uncompressed. Clean sounds. Just a nice, pure, beautiful, clean sound. turn it up. Okay, so here's the volume on 6. What an overdrive tone. And then, I've noticed if you turn down your volume and kind of back off a bit, you can cleans right up. And then now the other thing I've noticed is if you dig in, you get that, but if you just play light, and I know a lot of amps do that to some degree, but I think this amp is exceptionally drastic in that way. I mean, so touch sensitive. Still a little crunchy. Back it off a bit. can sound like that. Alright, so there's a range of sounds for you. I hope some of that's helpful somehow. But highly recommend it. I love this thing. It records amazing. It's great for gigs where the audience is quiet and you can mic it up and not have to compete with stuff. Not the best all-rounder, workhorse amp for gigs because it's only 5 watts. But again, if you're playing at soft seat venues or situations where you can mic it up and not have to compete with loud everything, then highly recommended. But a studio amp, practice amp, killer, absolutely killer. So, hope you all taking care of yourselves, and hope you enjoyed.